My next guest plays the President of the United States on the Fox series 24, and beginning this Friday, you can see him in the film Far From Heaven. Please welcome Dennis Haysbert. I have to say, tonight is an atypical night. I'm getting some laughs, that's weird. And then, but also, between you and Rebecca, I've got some people here on the show tonight who've got some height.
Some height, man.
Yeah, because most celebrities, they look, you know, normal-sized on TV, but in real life, they're tiny little wee people. They really are. Most of the time on the show, we have to, like, raise the chair with hydraulics and, you know, hi, Tom Cruise, how you doing? Good to see you. But how tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
6'4".
3/4, I think.
Right, all right.
Okay. I tell you, man, you're my hero. But you know why? Because you have your own show. See, that's what I want to do. I want to be you when I grow up.
You got to aim higher, buddy.
No, let me tell you something. See, at least
you could be so many things in life.
At least if I had my own show, I would not have to worry about being taller than other actors.
Oh, I see. Because that's a problem sometimes, right?
Man, if I had a buck.
For every time you've done a movie or a role and they make... What do they do? They...
Well, I generally just don't get the role.
Is that true, really?
Yeah.
That sounds... It seems so strange, but I guess that would be true. That you can't just have them stand on an apple box or something in the movie.
The reason I'm the president right now is because, you know, he was a basketball player when he was in college.
Right.
So
have you ever had that moment where... Have you ever had that moment where you're going out and there's a famous actor and he comes up to, like, here on you and you can just see it in his eyes, you're auditioning, and it's just like, this is not going to happen. He's like, you, buddy, out of here!
That's right. I could tell you stories, but
are you
off
now?
camera.
Oh, wow, okay. Sounds like the better show is off camera. Don't worry, I'll tell you tomorrow. Are your parents tall?
My father is. But my mother isn't. My mother is like 5'3", 5'4".
So how did she handle you? You must have been tall at an early age. How did your mom get control?
Well, she would just tell me, you know, boy, you're tall, that's all.
You're tall, that's all.
She said, you know what? I brought you into this world, I can take you out. And then she would send me out for my own switch.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That was the cruelty part.
For your own switch? This is like the 1820s, you know. Go cut yourself a hickory switch and get back here.
But, you know, I had a good thing for that. I would come back with a branch.
Right.
You know, so they'd be laughing so hard they forget what they were going to spank me about.
Right. Because it looks silly to hit someone with a branch.
Oh, yeah, that would hurt.
The leaves on it, it just looks silly. It looks like you're fanning them.
Yeah.
Now, you have a great voice. You have an amazing voice, and I envy people like you that have that kind of voice. Because I don't, you know, I guess mine's okay, but I don't have that commanding... Don't giggle, it's okay. I can't believe that people started giggling. He thinks it's okay. But you have that commanding voice.
Yeah, I do.
And it actually, it makes me uneasy. Would you mind if for the rest of the interview I affected your voice so that your voice was as high and annoying as mine?
Not at all. Go ahead.
Okay, can we do that, Alan? Just change. All right.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question for you. Let's see. You're a pretty intense actor. You're famous for getting very intense during your scenes. What's an example of that?
Well...
Okay, let's turn that. Let's turn that off. No. Let's turn that off. We can't do a whole show like that. Or could we? No, I enjoyed that for about 30 seconds. That was great. No, but you are an intense... When you get into a role, you really get into it. And as the president on 24, you have some pretty intense scenes. And you've scared your co-stars, haven't you?
Yes, and last year's final episode, my wife, played by Penny Johnson-Gerald, Sherry, Lady Macbeth, as people call her, really did something just totally off the charts and almost caused Jack Bauer's daughter, Kiefer Sutherland's daughter, Alicia Cuthbert, almost got her killed. And I just went into the room and in a complete rage, you know, just told her off, and I got, you know, right into her face, you know, and I had to be pulled off by my chief of staff, and it was very hard for him to do. But I saw in her face that she was like, you know, just
She
totally...
was scared for real.
She was scared. She thought I had just come unglued.
I would wet myself. I'm being honest. I would, if you were like screaming at me and yelling at me, I'm a cowardly, weak person. I would be afraid.
You know, because the director told me, he said, no, just go after her. Just
right.
I said, well, you know, I can really go after her. And I said, well, do it. You know,
right.
And I went after her, and after the scene, I went back, and I just, you know, gave her this big bear hug. I said, look, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And she said,
you probably scared her then, too, like, come here!
No, that can be scary,
yeah. Do you have there's a strange phenomenon now where our television presidents, it's you and it's Martin Sheen,
yes,
seem to be more popular than the real presidents we've had. You know, are you noticing that with people? Because you're these idealized versions of, I think, what we want our presidents to be.
I mean, I've been asked to run about 15 times now.
Right.
And I said, no, no way. But, you know, I have a funny story. I was in San Francisco Saturday, and I was going, oh, thank you for that. One San Franciscan. And I was there for the Olympic committees of San Francisco.
Trying to see if they could get the Olympics, yes.
Yeah, which New York won.
Beaten out by New York.
But you know what? I think that was great. But I saw this woman from across the rotunda in City Hall, and she was making a beeline for me, and she comes all the way up and she says, "You're my second favorite president on television."
It's like,
I said, "Lady, there's only two."
Yeah.
You know, but I think she had Bush thrown in there somewhere.
She thinks he's a cartoon president, too. Yeah, she doesn't know. Far From Heaven opens Friday in New York and Los Angeles.
Yes.
That's expanding further in the weeks to come. 24, which just had its premiere last week and did great.
Last week, yeah, did really great. I don't know how it did last night. But,
well, I don't know. I'm out of it. 24 airs Tuesday nights at 9 on Fox. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Great to have you back. Come on back sometime.
I will.
Dennis Haysbert, everybody. We'll take a break. When we come back, Spoon will perform. Stick around. That was good. All right, everybody, that's our show. I do want to thank my guests. Stay tuned for Last Call with Carson Daly. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.